Hello there, Wen. Alright, let's jump into this essay correction. I'm going to focus on the second version, which is a self-corrected version. And just as a side note, I think Google Docs would help you a little bit, as you can see. Obviously, don't put autocorrect, but make a note, and I tell all my students to make use of technology, because yes, it is doing my job, part of my job for me, but this is good because it frees up time to share sort of like other insights that I wouldn't have if I'd have just focused on like spelling or grammar that Google Docs or other word processors could solve. So let's go. Bar graph demonstrates percentages of staff in 7 most key, why most? In 7 key faculties at the university in 2012. Good. Does it say which university? Okay. Okay, I would have just said at a university. Okay, a major university, and it's a minor problem, but it is fine. It's fine. But it's a minor problem, but it's worth looking at. It is categorized by genders. That's fine. Nothing wrong with the short sentence. We want to have a variety there. Overall, female staff played a more significant role in the majors of education, art, and medicine, while the males were more prominent, wonderful phrase there, in the fields of engineering, as Google suggested, business, science, and law. Wonderful. So we've got an overall view. It's the right step to take. According to the statistics provided, the female staff dominated nearly 3/4 of the Faculty of Education, which was 3 times the number of males. Super comparison, whereas the number of males in the engineering faculty was overwhelming. Okay, whereas the number of males in the engineering faculty, so this is what I would have written. Whereas the number of males in relation to females, comma, in the engineering faculty was overwhelming, comma. They accounted for, or something, even the men accounted for over 80% of students. Moreover, the percentages of staff in business and science faculties had the same proportion of males and females. Okay, that's a contradiction, isn't it? Okay, so what were we talking about again? Business and science. Okay. Had roughly the same proportions each, I think. The staff. Okay, so here what we wanted to say, I think, was, moreover, the makeup of staff, the makeup of the different genders in business and science faculties had roughly the same proportion of males and females, with 2/3 males and roughly 1/3 females for both subjects. Okay, just to make it crystal clear. Okay, because I was a little bit confused, but well done for putting respectively in there. I just need to practice that one a little bit. Despite female staff accounting for 40% of the law faculty, they were 20% less. Okay, they were 20% less than male staff. Okay, they were 20%. They were still, just to emphasize the despite, they were still 20% less than male students, for example. Conversely, females showed their dominance in the faculty of arts and outnumbered males by over 10%. Good. The most equal distribution faculty of gender was medicine, with females, whereby females shared just over half and males just under half, 49%. Okay, great. Great use of the brackets there. I like that little touch at the end. So great stuff there, Wen. Let's move on to task 2. Solar energy is becoming more popular as a source of household energy in many countries around the world. Why is this? Body paragraph 1. What are the advantages and disadvantages of solar energy? Body paragraph 2. I hope. Okay. The issue of wide use of solar energy, especially for domestic purposes, has been a concerning topic. Okay, this trend may be attributed to some factors. It says they will analyse the pros and cons of household usage of solar panel power. Since the constantly extreme weather resulting from a climate change, there's an increasing awareness of using renewable energy such as solar energy. Solar energy is a type of green energy that does not, ouch, that hurts, when we've been a student and teacher for so long. Yeah, we never use contractions. I guess it's just because we haven't practiced writing for a long time. Anyway, does not emit harmful pollutants. Okay, because it is sustainable and environmentally friendly, it makes it particularly favoured by individuals who aim to reduce their carbon footprint. Another reason for the popularity of solar power is its potential cost saving. Beautiful. Since the prices of gas have been constantly rising, I think would be better. Growing is okay, but rising is better. These years, many people switch to eco-friendly energies, particularly solar energy, which is accessible and potentially saving money in the long term. Yeah. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, so yeah, we're pretty much there. We might have slipped into the advantages, but it's obvious if we're going to explain why. There is a risk of repetition here. Hopefully we've avoided it. But yeah, I would have gone something similar. I'd have said maybe the cost of other substitutes, such as gas and fossil fuel. We could have said energy reliance, becoming self-sufficient and off the grid, rather than depending on the main grid. We could have said the climate change is a more eco-friendly option. We could have said the government subsidies. Again, these are all pretty much closely related to this, but I don't know why I'm saying these. You're a student who never struggles for ideas. Advantages and disadvantages. Let's go. However, there are some disadvantages of using solar energy. Due to its intermittency, they fail beautiful. They fail to provide electricity because it mainly relies. Because it entirely relies on the weather conditions. Furthermore, geographical limitations is also a factor that affects its production efficiency. Okay, I would have gone for plural there. For example, despite the Indian government supporting the installation of solar panels at home, the country's power grid is not currently equipped to handle the fluctuation in power output for solar panels. This also represents a challenge to the citizens who live in densely populated areas where the land sources are insufficient for displaying solar equipment. Beautiful. To summarise, it is an optimistic trend to replace traditional energy with solar power. Good variation, even though there are some drawbacks. However, these can be addressed through technological advances and the improvement of the solar storage systems. Beautiful. Excellent work there, Wen. yeah, as I said before, I'd put a paragraph, like I suggested, subsidies, cost of other ones, and then done a paragraph with the advantages and the disadvantages baked in. Maybe an example of the advantages and an example of the disadvantages here, and just taking care not to repeat myself. So you probably need quite a few ideas for this. Fortunately, as I said before, oh, there's more. Did I miss the Australia part? Okay, alright, so we've gone for 5. Okay, I'll just quickly check this third paragraph. Okay, let's see. Undoubtedly, the main advantage of adopting solar power is that it produces zero air pollutants into the atmosphere. For example, in Australia, the domestic solar energy capacity has increased by 40% and contributed over 30% further, leading to a reduction of 1 million tons of carbon. Beautiful sentence. Moreover, according to the survey, more than 80% of Australians claim that they saved 40% of their electricity on solar panels. Thus, there is a consideration of use of solar panel systems, energy systems, among residential buildings. Okay, super. As I said before, maybe compact that a little bit, compact this one a little bit, merge them together. That would be my general advice. However, if you're a fast writer and you can produce this, however, it did seem, then go ahead, but it did seem that you were struggling for time, so therefore I'd recommend writing less, going for quality rather than quantity. Okay, so as I said, compact them and just take a little bit of time reviewing. But it's great work, Wen. Very impressed. I'll just outline your future homeworks as well. I would like you to go back to the BBC 6-minute recordings, scroll back, find those ones, and I'd like you to, if you gave me an audio summary, and I'd like you just to write a 200-word summary, and vice versa. And if you gave me a written summary, then give me an audio summary. There's 2 reasons for this. First of all, just make sure we don't lose the vocab that we have acquired. Just revisit it. And secondly, you're more likely to remember it the more senses we involve around it. If we're speaking about it, if we're listening, if we're writing about it, and so on and so forth. Okay, so try and send that in, please, maybe over the weekend or whenever you can. It's that homework is set for before Tuesday. All right, Wen, have a super day.